Hey, everybody. Thank you so much for rocking with us tonight. It's your power team, and we are here. If you all had the opportunity to take a look at the video that we just posted earlier, just want to say congratulations to our winner that won the swag bag. Again, it's really easy, y'all. All you have to do is share our post, interact, engage with us, and from time to time, we have different contests so that we can actually get you all involved to get some swag bags, have some fun, kick back, relax, and just kick it. So for all of our first time guests, if this is your first time rocking with us, welcome. We will
Welcome.
go around the room and introduce
What's
ourselves.
up?
Yeah, I am your girl, Kesha Kesh.
And I'm Passion, the people's champ.
I am J Money.
I'm your boy, Dr. Real, Mr. Motivational.
And it's your boy King Leo keeping it real from the Ville, baby.
Hey. All
Yes,
right.
sir.
As y'all can see, we have the background of Breast Cancer Awareness Month because it is still Cancer Awareness Month. We talked about it a little bit on the last show, but still yet we want everybody to know that we are still rocking with all of our breast cancer survivors. We still want to celebrate with you. So this is why we have our backgrounds up, just to let you guys know that we are also still creating the awareness when it comes to breast cancer. So without further ado, we're not going to hold you guys up because as always, we have some really good things that we want to get into. Before we do so, as you can see, I'm rocking my Cowboys jersey. I see Jay Money got her Cowboys jersey on too. All because, and I hate to say this, and I hate to sound bad, but, that I really feel like some people was hoping that happened to him. And for some reason, in my mind, all I can picture is some type of 49ers fans hating
Mm-mm.
and wishing for that. It's always a 49ers fan that's ready to jump out at you and watching the game when I'm trying to figure out why are they even watching the Cowboys? You know what I'm
That's why they
saying?
hold.
Exactly.
That's why they whole team hurt right now. Wishing bad on
Mhm.
somebody.
Mhm.
Hey, God don't like
Right.
ugly, baby.
He
So
showed up.
that's
That's
what I'm
correct.
saying. But prayers for Dak Prescott.
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
It's just something that happened. It's very
Number
unfortunate.
4.
But got my jersey on, rocking and representing for him tonight. But with that being said, let's go ahead and get into our first topic. What we're going to start off with tonight is coming from Miss Passion. Is blood really thicker than water?
Hmm.
Ooh
That's a
wee.
good
That's a
question.
good one. That's a good
Ooh
one.
wee.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. And I posted it on my Facebook page just to get a feedback, to get an idea of what people are thinking. And even some of my family members took it personal. And I'm like, it was posed a questions based off people's opinions. And my personal opinions are, you are a testament to your own life. So what
Mm.
you
Mm.
believe
Mhm.
and you have to stand on. And it's also based off of your standards and your criteria of who you allow in your life. And that goes for
Mhm.
family and friends. So everybody that you're supposedly blood tied to may not be an asset to you. It may not be the best fit for you.
That's
Sometimes
right.
Mhm.
the people that comes into your life that you attract could be better for you than your sister, your cousin, and sometimes even your mother could be toxic. So you can,
Mm.
to me, they can become your blood. It's all about your bond, your criteria, and your standards. When you learn to love yourself to the capacity that you are not allowing toxic people, no matter who they are, to come into your life to use, abuse, uh, to talk down on, to judge. You know the things that go on the black. It's I speak on the black family. All the secrets, the lies, the jealousy, and deceit. It distances us, and I think my opinion, back in the day when we had like tribes, they were loyal to each other. Even with the black family, like before the
Mm-hmm.
60s,
Mm-hmm.
they had some sense of loyalty to each other, a family union. I want to know, like, how did we go from that to, almost being like enemies, because it's almost a lot of envious. And I know from my experience in my house, you teach your kids, we all we got, so y'all got to stick together.
That's
We
right.
all say it takes a village to raise a kid, but where's your village? We're not having villages to help us. It's like, okay, we can't really depend on family, so you attract friends and they become your family. So sometimes your relatives can get kicked to the curb, fall by the wayside. So my opinion
Mm-hmm.
is, it could be both based on your own criteria and your own standards for your life. Everybody can't go with you. Everybody that's family ain't family.
That's
Everybody
Mm-mm.
so
don't hold
true.
the values that you hold. So
That's true.
you can curve them. I don't care if it's mothers, fathers, sisters, brothers, cousins, whoever it is. If they not up to your standards and your criteria of what you want in your life or what you're going to allow in your life, then you can love them from a distance. Don't mean you have
Mm-hmm.
to hate them.
There it is, right
You can
there.
love
There it
them
is.
from
Love 'em from a distance.
Yeah.
right, from way over there,
You know
way
what?
over.
You know what, Passion? What's so funny is that although we're all adults here, although we've all experienced certain things, um, it was just amazing to me, and it's kind of funny that we're having this conversation right now. My daughter, she asked me one day. Well, she didn't actually ask me. She's very vocal. She talks and say whatever she pretty much wants, which I like her to be like that. But sometimes I'll be like, this child come from? She's been
I
doing it
love
ever since
Nana.
she's been a kid. She's always done that. But she walked into my room one night and she was like, "Mama, you know what? We need to normalize disowning family." And I was like,
Right.
normalize disowning family. I was like, what do you mean by
Yes.
that? And she said, it's okay to normalize that. She said, we're not forced to be related to people, and we don't
Mm-mm.
have to
Right.
be. But for a
Mm-mm.
child to say that, I know they learn a lot in school. I know that this generation is so advanced. The school
Right.
systems, they don't hold nothing. Me and her have a lot of conversations, and I'm sitting there taking notes, to be honest with you.
But she's
But
true.
it's she
It's
was
true.
she wanted to say that, and she's right. I'm not saying disown your family, but you have to make it
Right.
okay to make other people that's actually your family, because everybody that's family, they don't act like it. And you
Mm-mm.
have people that are
Absolutely.
not, they act like it. So it's no bullets shot, it's not any shots fired against anybody, but I think it is something that we need to talk about. It is okay. I mean, to ask yourself, is blood thicker than water?
And
Right.
To
And,
just
and come
really,
Exactly.
up with
just cause you
solutions.
dissing
That's what we're
yourself,
here for.
and just cause you dissing yourself and your family doesn't mean you love them even less. Cause
right.
everybody's walk, your spiritual walk is not there, so they're not gonna understand your walk. They're not gonna understand what you got going on in your life. So you have to distance yourself. I'll still pray for you. I still love you, but we can't
Right.
be like this, like we used to be.
I mean,
Right.
it's very
Right.
simple. You can't. You got. Don't be so loyal to somebody else. You're just loyal to yourself,
Hmm.
and that happens a
Absolutely.
lot. You can bleed the same blood, but it don't sustain you the same way. So you can share the
That's
last
so
name,
true.
but you don't support it the same way. I got family right now that I haven't talked to in forever. Don't mean I don't love them. I still
Mm-mm.
cut for them, but we just not on the same path.
Yeah.
And
Right.
I rather not hold me down. Saying don't hold me down, hold me up. If you can't do that, then I gotta get away from you. Period.
You
Yes.
know what? You know
Yes.
what, Dr. Real, let me tell you something. And I never understood this. I hear a lot of people that say, I keep my enemies close because, they're wanting to, I guess, make sure that if someone is wanting, I don't disagree with it if that's how a person feel, but I'm just going to be honest. I never understood it because me personally, I don't want nobody around me that I can't trust. If
Absolutely.
someone is around me and I'm really, really, truly rocking with somebody, it's definitely because I trust you. If I don't, I don't even want to be around you. Like I can't really grasp a hold of it. I know everybody have their own opinion when they talk about it, but I've never understood that concept. I keep my enemies close so I can watch my. That's too much time. It's like
But
babysitting.
You're
but we're
giving too
living
much
in we're
energy to
living
the
in the
wrong people.
yes, we're living in 2020 when you don't even know who your enemy is.
I
And
understand
Amen.
that too, but I'm not trying
Say
to
that
keep
one
them
more time,
close.
girl.
We're living in the year of 2020 when you don't even know who your enemy is.
Don't
I
even
agree
know.
100%. I
How do you know
agree.
you're keeping them
that's why
close
we
when you
got
don't
to
even know who
stick
they
to
are?
our criteria and our own standards, and we have to
Hmm.
trust our own judgment
Hmm.
with who we're
That's true.
allowing. So if you don't trust yourself in knowing who your enemies are, you got to make the right choices in who you invite in your life. So who I invite in my life, I
Mm-hmm.
know that they will not be deemed my enemy because I know I'm making the right choice. But you have
But
to pick and
you
choose
also,
it.
but according to the word, the wolf wears sheep clothing. So the person you invite in your circle could be the same one who's envying you, who's jealous of you, who wants what you got. You and your husband's relationship. So you still can have
Right.
choose to make the right choices. Don't mean that the enemy ain't in your circle.
I
I'm just
believe
saying.
it.
But if
I know.
you walking
You're
I'm
in
right.
just
God
saying.
and
Well,
you
the
understand
thing
and
is
trust in
this. The
yourself,
thing is this with
then
it.
you will attract the right people.
That's true.
Oh, and see, the thing
I
is
trust
this.
myself.
The thing is this. I got it. We all got it. But enemy could be in your circle. Enemy
Yeah.
no longer really goes by
Mm-mm.
stranger. They go
Yeah.
by
Mm-mm.
friend,
Mm-hmm.
parent, family, friend.
Person you this
So you
closest with.
definitely gotta watch out
Mm-hmm.
for who is closest to you
Mm-hmm.
because they got their snake of the tongue. They got their snake of the tongue, and they be ready to pounce. So you gotta really watch. Trust me, I should know.
Agreed.
What
I
they
should
gotta
know.
say, if you
You
if
gotta.
the discernment, you're gonna know. And if you're walking in your higher self, and if God is truly within us, then
Mm-hmm.
you're gonna have the signs and you're gonna know. That's why I say you have to learn how to trust yourself to make
Mm-hmm.
good decisions. So it's
Mm-hmm.
all about trusting yourself. You see the signs, you know who toxic, you know who not really for you, you see who really jealous, you see the signs, but do we ignore them?
Mm-hmm.
Just for the sake of saying
Mm-hmm.
I'm a ride for them because I've been knowing them for 10 years, or if I see something wrong, uh, they can say I'm a relationship hopper. They can say I'm a jumper. They can say whatever, but I'm out. And that
Mm-hmm.
goes for anybody in my life because it's based off my own standards and my own criteria of what I will and what I will not allow. And plenty of people have got mad at me for cutting them off. Plenty of people, even I won't call them family, I would say relatives. I can say love them from a distance, pray for them, and you keep it moving. I go to sleep at night very well, not distance, not worry.
And that's true. That's true. I
And
You
I'm
just
got you just gotta
standing on
trust your gut.
you have to yes.
right because you know they not good for you. You know
Mm-mm.
they not good for you. All the subliminal post. I don't have to make a subliminal post about you. I don't have to jump in a group and talk about you. If I'm gonna come direct, whether you family or not. That may be the
I'm
Chicago in
I'm
me, but
tagging you
I
in
don't.
post, baby.
You know
Right.
what?
I'm like,
I
I got so
don't
many people
understand
jumping in
that.
my inbox talking about, are you talking about our family? I asked the question about your
And then
opinion.
I don't
What is
understand that.
yours?
Why put little side messages when we're grown? If I'm talking about you, I'm gonna talk about you.
Right. Go
And I'm gonna
direct.
tag your name. So
I'm
you know
tagging
I'm
you.
talking
Right.
Yes,
about you.
I
I don't have
said
to
your mama
assume.
was fat. Yes, I said your mama was fat, and I'm tagging you.
Right.
Your
And
mama
she
King
fat.
is.
Leo with the extras.
And she
I want to
I'm
is.
read
so
some of the
done with him.
comments. I want to read some of the comments. Thank y'all so
Who
much
got
for
this music playing?
just it's me. I'm sorry. Thank y'all so much for just having the engagement with us that we do. I'm
Y'all
jamming
crazy.
over here. Okay. Thanks so
It's
much for
all
having
right.
engagement with us. I want to read some of the comments, and I want to first off just say please share this video because I always run different contests. I always look out, for all of the people that's rocking with the power team. If y'all don't know, I got some people probably out there in the audience right now. They can vouch for me. My swag bags be fire, y'all. So you never know what you're gonna get. Swag bag, you might get a little bit of cash. You never know. Share this video. One of the people here in the audience, Wanda, she said, I understand it because sometimes your enemies are the ones that you trust the most. So,
Mhm.
that's, like you said, we just never know. We got Michael. Michael says sometimes it's best to love people where they are. at where they're at in life, knowing exactly
Mm-hmm.
what you will and won't be able to get from them is a stress relief sometimes. I
Mm-hmm.
agree with
All
that
right now.
100%.
I
You
agree
you
with that
said
one
something right
thousand
there.
percent.
Come on
Yeah.
with it.
And they're very engaged in this topic. And again, y'all, drop some of those comments. I'm gonna still read those comments. I always go back and respond and I read them later. We have some other stuff that we want to get into. So we will go ahead and move on to our next topic. Next, we're gonna be talking about, I think one of our I think it was Michael, he asked a question. So we're gonna touch on that as well. He shared a story with us, and I really, really I felt him when I read the story. He was talking about how when the tables turn, he gave us a scenario about him being in his marriage and him being very active as a coach, as a, just working and doing all these different things. But he was asking of his spouse to, I guess, be patient with him and be understanding for him not to be there. And now the tables turn. So it's the wife that's doing all these things. And he was speaking on never ask a person to do something for you that you're not willing to do. So we got Jay Money. She's gonna touch on the when the tables turn, and then she's gonna also just chime into her next topic.
Yes, it's your girl Jay Money. All eyes on me. No,
She.
I'm just playing. But
Let's go.
let's go ahead and jump on in. This was a very, very great topic. And it also goes hand in hand with the last week's topic of power couple.
Mm-hmm.
Because I feel like, to me, and it's just my opinion, a power couple is a person, two people who's willing to sacrifice by any means. Like I told you guys before, a marriage is a job. It's a job to get in and it's a job to keep it. And Michael, my advice to you is you have to find that balance between you and your wife. What does she do to, sacrifice her time for you? You do the same. You do the same. You sacrifice your time. And it's all about compromise. Compromise with each other. Babe, on this day, you have to do this. And on this day, I have to do this. Let's meet somewhere in the middle and come together and let's do this thing together. And it's also, remember, communication goes a long way. Don't
Long.
ever assume that your wife know how you feel like she didn't know, she didn't know how you felt. It's communication will take you guys a long way. But my advice to you, Michael, y'all gotta compromise and meet in the middle. Because if not, that time that y'all sacrificing can slowly do like this. And guess what? You got all this room for everything else and everybody else to get between there. But if y'all come meet in the
Mm-mm.
middle, you don't have time for anybody else to get in the middle of it. You don't have time for anything else to even distract you from your wife being so busy, or, from your wife. And you said in the message that you guys started up a new business. Of course, she's going to be extremely busy starting up a new business. Now it's your job to go in there and see what you can do to help her. See what compromise, babe. Let me take a little bit off your plate so we can have some time together. I'm one of those people that you can give me all the riches in the world and I'm gonna still be sad. But that time will move mountains with me. I will tell any man, if he looking at me right now trying to get with me, you can buy me all the Benzes, Lamborghinis, while you want. I'm gonna still look at that car like it's nothing. But when you take that little bitty time and say, "Hey, babe, it's all about us. What we doing today?" You'll think you gave me $1 million.
Absolutely.
So, Michael,
Exactly.
so my advice to you and your wife is just an advice, like I stated. Hey, compromise in the middle. You guys come to some common ground where it works for the both of y'all. Communicate with each other. Sit down and say, baby, when you get in tonight, let's have our own business meeting outside of the restaurant. If you want to look at it as a
Mm-hmm.
business meeting, let's have our own business meeting. And that business is going to be your business and my business. Let's sit down and plan this business together so we can streamline how our relationship gonna go. Because right now it's going a different way than what I wanted to. And then you have to look at it. She sacrificed a lot. You was doing 3 different jobs and she still stayed by your side. You're gonna have to do the same. You're gonna have to do the same. And it's all about having that common ground and meeting each other in the middle. And
And
never stop.
communicating.
And
Just
never,
communicating.
whatever you do, never stop communicating. Never have stop doing what's most important. And that's praying together and communicating with each other. Once that communication stops, that's the ground for enemies to come in. The enemy come in and swoop in and do whatever he needs to do. When me and my husband, I didn't allow anything to come between us because I was like, no. oh, I see us doing like this. Doing,
Ooh, I
oh,
like his comment.
no, I had to
Let
go
me
back to it.
let me read his comment because this means that I love the fact first off that he shared his personal situation with us
Thank you,
because
Michael, for
he didn't
sharing.
have to. And there's
Yes.
some other people that's out here experiencing this, but there's two things I want to tell you that I'm seeing here. J Money, one of the comments said, "You need a seminar, J Money." I'll go. You have great advice on relationships. And
Yes,
then
I
Michael
love it.
said, "We have found a common ground. I stopped coaching for now to help support her dreams."
There you
And
go.
That's
and
what
you
I'm talking about, Michael.
and Mike, I commend you because most men don't give up what they love for their wife. And right now, I give all the kudos to you because you've already made a
My man.
sacrifice. But you're gonna have to communicate with your wife, and you guys gonna have a business meeting with each other. Babe, let's sit down. If you have to put out a schedule book or a calendar, hey, I know you got this day, but this day you and I gonna do this. You this day you and I gonna do that. You got to have that common ground where you guys can meet in the middle. And I Oh my God, I commend you for putting her first because most men don't do that.
You know,
Right.
Uh,
and I want to touch on this too because when I see, let me tell y'all something. Y'all know I'm a numbers person, and I always look at the numbers. You would be surprised that our biggest followers are guys. We have, of course, our largest followers. They're located in Arkansas. Arkansas, shout out to y'all. Thanks for
Shout
rocking
out
with
to
us.
Arkansas.
let's
But when
go.
I look at the numbers and then I look at men versus women, we have more men following this page than we do women, which I'm
Okay.
totally
Mm.
fine with that. I'm okay with that. But I love to walk into a room full of powerful men
Me
because
too.
what happens is that sometimes you get those guys that they fall out of the trails.
Mm-hmm.
They don't understand the path to walk,
Mm-mm.
and
Right.
we just need more guys to continue to educate some of the other guys to make sure that everybody, we understand some people didn't grow up with their dad. We understand a lot of men didn't have father figures. We understand that men are
Mm-hmm.
hurt too. Something happened to them during their
Right.
childhood, but you
Right.
just have still a different caliber of men. You got
Yes,
some men that wait for something to happen, and you got some men that's gonna make something happen.
that's right.
And you have to still be connected to a certain caliber of people to understand. Because have you ever been in a situation and you listening to this guy or even this woman, but you listening to this person and they're dead wrong, but they think they're right because they don't know any difference, and it's
Mm-hmm.
sometimes based off of the circle that they're in, and they don't have that person that's actually willing to tell them, hey, my brother, hey, my sister, you may need to look at this at a different light. So
Right.
you need those positive vibes around you.
Yes. Yes.
Um,
Right.
I didn't mean to take over the segment. I get excited sometimes when we start talking about certain stuff because it just get real. But I'm
Yes.
sorry,
Right.
J Money. J Money, you
No,
can have the floor back.
you're okay. Well, I just again, Michael, thank you for even sharing your story with us because everybody's business, everybody don't like sharing, but I just thank God that you put that out there for somebody else who might be struggling with the same situation. And I hope what I stated was very helpful and insightful that you could probably apply it. But make sure when you go to bed tonight, put God first and with your wife second, and make sure you guys never stop communicating, no matter what you do. Don't stop talking to her and letting her talk to you. And I also wanted to bring up a subject that it goes on to the power couple that I want to bring. When a couple's back is up against the wall, how do you handle that situation? That's
Mm.
something to think about. How when your back is up against the wall, how do you handle that situation? When I say back up against the wall, it could be finances, it could be health, it could be your children, it could be your job, it could be any of those things that play a part. I want to ask the question to the viewers. How many of you guys know that you sit down with your wife or your husband saying, if times got tough, what we going to do about it? When times
Mm.
get tough, how are we going to deal with this? Because the reason why I'm asking, we never know what tomorrow is going to bring. We never
Mm.
know. I sat here and right now and would think that my husband of 29 years would be with me another 29 years, but that wasn't God's plan. But in the midst of him transitioning over to the Lord, our back was up against the wall. Did I run? Of course not. I always say that. I'm gonna say it on every part. I didn't run. But you have so many couples where the other one wants to run. wants to be out of it. Oh, I can't deal with it. He lost his job. He don't got no more money. So I'm ready to go on to the next. Oh, she's sick. She has breast cancer. I can't deal with taking her to go get chemo every day. How do you guys relate to that? How do you handle that? The only advice that I have to you is make sure that you're sitting down talking to your significant other about what if something happens, if your back is up against the wall. How will we handle that? You got to have these conversations. It's a must. It's no way
You know
around
what?
it.
Jay Money, we was talking about this like I think on the first or second segment or episode, and we were talking about like celebrities, and we were talking about like how I mean I don't really have a fan. I don't have anyone I'm following right now, but I did tap into somebody, and I'm really really intrigued by their relationship and even how they're displaying it on social media. Fantasia and her husband. I don't know the name of the talk show, y'all. They got a podcast going.
Yes,
I love it. And if y'all get the opportunity, check it out. But they're
I
talking
follow
about
them.
some they get real with it. And not only that, her husband, he's very educated. And
Very.
I just like their vibe, how they rock on camera. I like their business mindset. So I was thinking about that when we were talking about celebrity couples and power couples and who's really a power couple, even if they're a celebrity. And I
Mhm.
actually just started paying attention to them. So I wanted to throw that in. So y'all,
I'm
thank
already
y'all
a
for
follow
chiming in
there.
about this. Look, they really have some good information out there. Um, Thank y'all. Thanks so much. Keep commenting, you guys. I'm going to wants and needs are completely different. You said that's a whole nother topic,
That's a
Michael.
whole
Wants
nother
and
topic.
needs are totally different. You're right.
That's a whole nother
Um,
topic.
we got some other things we want to get into, guys. Continue to drop your comments again to all the people. This is your first time rocking with us again. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We are here every Wednesday night between the hours of 8 and 9 p.m. We're thinking about, which I haven't even talked to the team about this yet, but I've been thinking about it, so I'm just gonna throw it out there a little bit. We we really only spend like we spend time with each other, y'all. We meet up every Sunday. We laugh. We talk about the
Mm-hmm.
Cowboys. We cry about them, or whatever the case may be.
Yeah,
But we always game plan because we want to make sure that we have a successful show for you guys. And we don't spend a lot of time with y'all. We only come on like once a week, although we could come on and stay longer. But I wanted to talk to the team about us doing an episode like maybe one day during the week. I haven't picked that date yet, and just open up a Q&A session, meaning that
hmm
let us answer some of your questions. Y'all can put us on
yes.
the interview stage, just like how we're on this platform right now. Put us on the stage, put us on the panel. And if you like, you can drop some questions and we'll answer them and just mix and mingle with you guys for a little bit. Kind of like, just some quality time with y'all.
I love
I
But
like
that.
that.
I threw it
Yeah,
out
I like
there. Y'all see how the team got my back. I hadn't even talked to them about it
I
yet, but
love
they
it.
was like, "Oh, I like it. I love it." And they're like, "What's she about to say?" But that is something that I was thinking about. I was thinking about that, and so I'm going to talk to them again about it this week, and we'll plan something. We'll post something. Y'all get your popcorn ready. We're gonna sit here, and y'all can put us to the test. Y'all can interview us. We will answer the questions that you guys like. Then again, I
yes.
don't know. We might. Now, be careful. Be careful. Be careful. But
Depends on the
again, yes,
questions.
that is something that I would like to do, just to spend some more time with y'all. But we will move on. We will
Wait,
get on.
wait, Kesha,
I'm
before you
sorry.
move on, I'm sorry.
Yes.
I do want to put out there, couples. This is for the couples. Make sure you guys look at, I'll go on Amazon for Devon Franklin, which is Megan's good husband. And he
Yeah.
has a
Yeah.
devotional, he has daily inspiration and devotional, finding the love of your life and the life of your love.
Okay.
I'm
Y'all
gonna
need to
check
hear
that
that.
out.
Y'all need to
Drop
hear
that in
that.
the comments, J Money. Drop that in the comments.
Okay.
I'll drop them in there. I'll drop it in there. That's good. I like
And it's
that.
only thirteen
I,
dollars and 57 cents. If you have Prime, it's $13. But it's love of your life and the life you love.
Y'all
Yeah.
check that out. Of course, like we always say, we're gonna always give y'all some nuggets. We're gonna drop some links, let y'all know we just not here talking. We're trying to actually help. We're trying to educate, and we appreciate y'all rocking with us.
Yes.
Okay,
Right.
so what we have next is King Leo coming up next. somebody, we had some, again, we read all of our comments. So we did have some things in the comments last week. One of our followers, we were speaking about Black Lives Matter. We touched on some things. There were some comments about why is it that our own race, you know, why is there racism against us, as our own race? There was a
Prejudice
lot of
within
things
it.
about a lot of things about racism and things of that nature. We're gonna touch on some of those things. I'm gonna let King
Take the
Leo
toy to the room.
jump right into it, and he'll go ahead and educate us on that. You ready, King Leo?
Okay, yeah, I'm ready. Everybody, hey, strap on your seatbelts. Strap them on tight because it's about to be a bumpy ride. It's about to be a bumper ride. Y'all know when I come, I'm gonna keep it all the way 100. I'm gonna keep it a buck. So, black people, we as a people, and I like saying we as a people because that's the only people I really kind of care about at this moment. I don't really care too much about the other races when I'm talking about
Okay.
black
Okay.
people.
Okay.
So we as a people, I'm gonna
Yes.
put it like this: we gotta do better.
We got to
Okay,
do
as a
better.
people, we gotta do better.
We got to do
Now
better.
I understand we come from a lot of pain and hurt, and I'm a realist. I'm a realist. And I'm gonna keep it real. But just because we came from a lot of pain and hurt, don't mean we have to live in that pain and hurt on
There
a
you
daily
go.
basis.
We ain't gotta stay there. You're right.
We ain't
We
got to
do
stay
not
there.
have
Right.
to. We do
Right.
not have to stay there. So that's my first point. That's my
Right.
first point. Now we know we out here getting, you know, murdered by just about everybody. But
Hmm.
Yes.
and I'm gonna point this out. I'm gonna point this out. And I just looked at some stats. I looked at some stats. But when a black person is killed, 93% of the time by another black person. Now I'm not gonna say black on black crime because I know some people get a little more emotional when that term is thrown around. But black on black crime is a thing to me coming from where I come from. It might not be a thing to some where they were or what they believe in, but black on black crime is a thing to me because I
Will we
seen
be
it happen.
referring to gang banging and what was the name of that?
Gang banging in the rock,
Gang banging in Little Rock.
banging in the rock. That is a thing. That is a movie, and it's very real. So so black on black crime to me is a real thing because 93% of the time a black person is killed by another black person, and another 2% is another 4% is by white, another 1% is by any other race other than white. So black on black crime is a real in fact thing. I'm not gonna try to blame it on self-hate. I'm gonna say that we just hate on each other a lot.
Hmm.
That's what I'm gonna
Hmm.
But
say.
what does that mean? King Leo, I'm so glad
So
that you used that word because let me tell you something. I see a lot of posts. I see a lot of people, and they say that people are hating on them. And what does that mean?
When somebody say they hating on them, depending on the context they using it in, because a lot of people using it
Hmm.
in different contexts. But the main
Okay.
thing you probably see is somebody hating on them. That means somebody's showing them a lot of negativity when they doing something. Like say, hey, I'm out here shooting these videos, right? I'm out here doing my skits,
Looking for your girlfriend.
right? Looking for my girlfriend interview. Now, if I get people talking behind my back saying, "Oh man, that wasn't funny," yada yada yada, you know what I'm saying? I ain't sharing it. That's hate. You throwing hate towards me for no reason. When it's too much of that going on because support is easy and support can be free. So when somebody is hating on somebody else, they throwing a lot of negativity your way for something more than likely no reason. Probably because you're doing better than them. You are doing something that they want to do but have not done yet. You are a lot of the times, man, because you're doing better than them. That's a lot of what I see these days. maybe your relationship is better than theirs and they want their relationship, but they can't get it for some odd reason, or you have more knowledge than them on something and they want that knowledge and they just ain't out here trying to get it. And some people just don't even know the reason they hate. They just hate because they're a hateful person.
Right. True.
And that
That's
happens a
true.
lot within our Black community. If we had more people that were willing to uplift each other
That's so true.
instead of doing the hate, I guarantee you we'll be in a lot better predicament than we is now. Now, some people be like, "Oh, we are conditioned to that," and I'm gonna say that it goes way beyond slavery, because even in Africa, we hated on each other. Even in Africa, before they even brought on these ships over here, we hated on each other. We got people raiding villages, SARS. I mean, it's still going on today. So, I mean, some people could say we are
Right.
people conditioned to hate on each other,
I agree.
but where does it stop? I'm a person that looks towards the future. I get tired of seeing somebody, my person kill another Black person. I get tired of seeing that. I get tired of that.
Mm.
What are we
Me
beefing for?
too.
What is
Me
the hate
too.
for? What is the beefing for?
Me
Now,
too.
if we put all this energy of hate into each other, into positivity, and to trying to uplift and polish the community to make it better, I guarantee you it'll be a whole lot better. But we got too much people geared towards hating on one another, and that's what holds us back.
King and
So
So,
Leo,
King
I'm with.
Leo,
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
let me
go
ask
ahead.
you this. Let me ask you this, King Leo, because sometimes when we say certain things, it sounds so easy to us
Mm-hmm.
because we may come from a different background or we may be engaged with a different circle of people. But if you have those young men that are out there watching right now, or if you have those people with young sons, young men, or people that actually need something positive to get into to take away that negative energy and apply it towards something positive, what are some of the things that they could be doing right now?
And I'm
Mm.
glad that you said that. I'm glad that you said that, because the thing with us as a people, we want everyone else to respect us and give us this respect and give us this equality when we're not even giving it to each other. Change starts
Mm-hmm.
at home.
It starts at home.
How you gonna expect
It
to change
starts
somebody
within
else's house?
ourselves.
How you gonna expect to change somebody else's house and you ain't even trying to start with home first?
Mm-mm.
So
Mm-mm.
when we got these little boys, these little girls, it starts with the household to trying to change that. So when
Mm-hmm.
it starts at the household, we start building up these kids a little better than what they're being built and raised as. That's where it's going to start, when you start to see that change. And I'm not going to lie. I'm starting to see that change. And you want to know where I see that? With us doing stuff like this, what we're doing now,
That's
bringing
right.
it up, bringing it up to the forefront, saying that, hey, we as a people, we do have a problem. So what are we going to do to fix it? That's us
Right.
trying to start that
Coming up with
change.
solutions. Yeah.
And
Coming
we
up with
need
So
solutions.
we need to have those mothers who are raising Black sons. Teach your son to love the next brother. Teach him. Because it's learned
Yeah.
behavior. It's learned behavior. If you put them out in the streets, that's what you're gonna get. If you put your kids out there to love or to learn in the streets, the streets will teach them. Trust
And we
me, the
have to
streets will
stop
teach them.
And
and we have to
the
stop
environment,
making
they being
our sons, and I don't have a son, but I have nephews, and we have to make sure that we are not making our young men, feel like it's not okay to cry.
Yes,
Making them feel that it's not okay to express
yes.
emotion. We get so caught up into that because we're trying to make them tough for the
Mm-hmm.
world, that
Mm-hmm.
that becomes a negative behavior even when
Mm-hmm.
those type of men get into relationships, or when they're
Mm-hmm.
trying to actually develop and find who they are as a man. So we
Mm-hmm.
have to get away from that. I know we want our little men to be tough. We know that we want them to be protectors. We know we want them to be leaders, but it is okay for a man to show emotions.
That's
So we
right.
have to we have to get away from that as well, because that is also a part of the problem.
And the thing is, we have to bring it down to their level. We
Mm.
got our level, but we have to bring it down to their level. We have to
I
change
would,
their Oh, go ahead, Real. Go ahead.
Go ahead, Dr.
yeah,
Ray.
I just want to interject something real quick. I'm not a person that really encourages labels because if you
Mm.
hear something long enough, you start believing it's the truth. And
Right.
one thing I've always had an issue with is the label of black on black crime, and the reason why that is because it's not necessarily black on black crime, but it's more a crime of proximity. Who are you around? You never
Mm.
hear Caucasian on Caucasian crime. You never hear Hispanic on Hispanic crime. There's always black on black crime. So you're trying to tell me we're the only race to kill each other? That's
Mm.
Mhm.
nonsense. But the Chicago Tribune in the 70s made that term up, just like Ronald Reagan made up the word welfare queen because of one black woman that did it in Chicago in 1984. Now,
Wow.
now when you think of it, welfare queen, you think of black woman. That's not true. When you really look at the numbers, it's more rural whites are on welfare than there is black people. But you
Preach.
Right.
hear the welfare queen, and that's what you think of, and that's why I have a really issue with. We're the only one that hear the black on black crime.
Right.
Crime is about proximity. If you were around nothing but Asians, and it was black people living in nothing but community of Asians, you'll hear black on Asian crime because that's who they're around. When you're around nothing but poverty, you're going to try to figure out how to take advantage of the next person. Unfortunately, that's how the world
Mhm.
works. And
Mhm.
a lot of us
Right.
live in low income poverty areas. So you're going to try to take advantage
Right.
of the next person. That's why every time I
Right.
move somewhere, I move in at nighttime so you can't see what I'm bringing in my house.
That's right.
That's just
Right.
real conversation, right? No matter where
Right.
you're living at, I'm
Right.
moving at
Mhm.
nighttime so you can't see what I'm bringing in. I
Mhm.
don't put boxes on the curb of what kind of TV I got because I don't want anybody to know what kind of TV I just bought
You
in my
got.
house.
That's right.
Right. Right.
So we just have to be
And
careful. I'm with you, King Leo. I just want us to be very careful on how we digest those labels.
That's right.
Right.
Mhm. That's
And
I
right.
Yeah,
where
got
we're
it.
not
getting
for.
our statistics from also, because it's a lot of different statistics out
That
there. So
matters. Yep.
One
Mhm.
thing, and
Yep.
another thing I want to point out with our people, I got it. We out in these streets, we protesting. We protesting the whites, officers killing us. I got it. We understand the situation. But one thing I do also want to point out is we need that same energy. There's much energy we in these streets. We need to do the same energy at home when a black person kills another black person. And
Mm.
I agree with that.
some people say, oh, we do that because these white people are killing us, such and third, and they're not going to jail. But here's the thing though, is that black person going to jail? Because I know for a fact that every black person that has killed another black person has not went to jail because number one, nobody
Mm.
snitching.
The
So
dumbest rule in the world.
so
Dumbest rule in the world.
where is this family getting their justice? The same justice that you trying to get for this black person that was killed by this white man. Where is that family getting justice? This little girl that just got shot.
Yes.
We got a case that's been 3-4 years old of a woman that was killed in the parking lot of her apartment complex, and don't nobody know who the assailant was. He ran off. That man still at large. They
Mm.
say it
Wow.
was the baby
right.
daddy who got her shot, but ain't nobody saying nothing.
Because they got that rule. No
And they got
snitches.
that no snitching. So where is this justice? If we want, like I say, if we want change, we got to start at home
You got to.
because
That's true.
it's getting ridiculous when kids are getting shot by bullets that wasn't meant for them.
Mm.
Now it's come on now.
Only thing I have a problem with is I don't have a problem. Well, let me just rephrase that. I don't have a problem with anybody protesting, but I don't like the fact you protest for the cause for that moment.
Right. In the
The
moment.
the situation hasn't changed. The situation hasn't stopped. So why do you just it happened then I'm gonna protest then, but after that I don't hear anything. I don't see anything. It doesn't stop. If you
I'm a,
continue the process of making sure you let it be known and putting it out there, maybe you can stop it before it happens. But oh no, I'm a protest for that moment. In that
I
moment,
don't.
that's what
I'm
I
gonna
I
have a
tell
don't
you
mean
problem
something.
to.
with.
I'm gonna tell
I
you
don't mean
something
to
that
cut
people.
y'all off. We have we're running pretty close on time, and we will dive back into that. But we do have another topic that we have to get into. But this has been really good, everybody. I
Yes,
really appreciate the engagement. These are topics that we do need to discuss and put out there. But as always, we want to put things out there in a respectful way. But unfortunately, sometimes things need to be heard. Sometimes things need to be discussed.
hmm
And that is pretty much what we're doing here tonight. But
Right.
moving on to our next topic, last but not least, we have Dr. Real coming through. with some real advice for us. As always, he always closes us out, guys, and brings things to our attention and can let us leave on a good note. So we look forward to him closing us out. Let's go ahead and move into your topic, Dr. Real.
Good evening, everybody. We're going to talk about them narcissists that you may have encountered, that may be in your house, that might be in your bed, that might be your boss, that might be your brother, might be your sister, your cousin, your husband. We're going to find out. I'm going to give you the narcissistic personality traits to look out for.
Wait a minute.
The first thing you look for.
Wait a minute, Dr.
Wait, let me get my pen, Dr.
Get my pen and paper so I can take notes. Hold on.
I'm taking notes on this.
Let's go.
I'm ready.
All right, let's go.
Go ahead and do it, Real.
You know how Leos are? So the first thing you'll look for is a person that's self-centered. It's always about them, never about you. The second thing is a sense of entitlement or superiority. They feel like you owe them for everything. 3, lack of empathy. They have no idea how to show you empathy no matter what you're going through. Your mama could have just died and they don't know how to respond to that. They're going to make that about them some kind of way. They're manipulative or controlling. They have a strong need for admiration. They need those compliments. They feed off compliments. That's why social media is breeding so many. You see so many narcissistic personalities popping up because of social media and all them likes. People die for likes.
Right.
They expose themselves for likes, and that's why.
Yes.
Difficult taking feedback. They don't understand what constructive criticism is. They have never heard of that before. They have no idea what it is because they think they can do no wrong. They're easily wounded. A lot of people that are narcissistic, and I'm not talking about that word gets spread around a lot. I'm talking about the narcissistic personality disorder, the one that's truly a problem. They're easily wounded. Their self-esteem is in the trash. They get empowered by fishing for compliments. A lot of times they're self-depreciating for you to say something, or their story is always better than the one you just came up with. You say you went skydiving with a parachute, they say they went skydiving without one. That's just how they work. Do you hear me? Do you hear me?
Skydiving 3 parachutes.
There you go. It's always extra. Okay. So here's a signs if you're dating one. The first thing they'll do is called love bombing. You meet them and they shower you all kind of praises, admiration. They fall in love in the first 2-3 months. They don't know what your favorite color is, but they're already in love with you. The second thing they tend to do is they sabotage your friendships and relationships. So again, why? Because it makes it all about them. If you have no other friends but them, who else can you pay attention to? And they like to gaslight you. They gaslight you. That's a big term that's been around since Trump, and they gaslight you. They'll make you think something that you know is the truth is a lie. They're good at that. They'll make you disbelieve your own reality. They make you the enemy or the bad guy for having feelings or reactions to the way they move around. They always like to turn that mirror on you versus themselves. And they lie like lying is a full-time job. They will lie about stuff you can prove they lied about, and they will still get their feelings about you lying. They're like, how you mad at me for supposed you to be the liar that you are? They never fall for anything in their relationship. It's always you all the time. They have no interest in they have no interest in developing you at all. They have no interest in what you got going on. They don't care. It's all about them. They love to promise and flatter. All right? Promise and flatter, and they have a selective memory. They forget they said something real quick when you expose them about it. Real quick. I didn't say that. Are you sure I said that? Oh, you said that. Yeah. A big one to look for, ladies, is a man that's passive aggressive. A passive aggressive person is dangerous, and it's super petty. That's the kind of person that'll take your left shoe and y'all break up. They'll take your left shoe and break up, or they'll cut all the buttons. They'll do petty stuff when y'all break up. They'll take your left shoe. They'll cut your buttons off your shirt. They'll do stupid stuff. They'll just take all the plugs for your PlayStation guys. They'll do all kind of weird stuff. They'll do that.
Yeah.
And the biggest thing they'll do, and I promise you this, when you say you're done with them, a narcissist person will panic when you're about to break up with them. And they'll try to show you that they changed to reel you back in. But when you put your foot down and say you're done, they will attack you and drop more bombs than Pearl Harbor on you because you are not responding to them. So how do you fix that? You will never love them enough because they're not enough to themselves. So you can feed them all the comments in the
Wait a
world,
minute.
but it's never enough. They're so empty. You can never fill them with enough compliments. So I'm gonna tell you this. This is a quote for y'all.
Wait
You
a minute,
never let
Dr. Real,
someone.
Dr. Real is giving
You
us.
man, you over here
you
preaching.
you
Come
never
on.
let someone love you to life with words, but kill you with actions. I'm gonna say that for you one more time. You
Wait a
never
minute.
let someone love you to life with words, but they kill you with actions. And what I
Right.
mean by that is they'll pump you up with all kind of words. They'll flatter you. They tell you the best things since sliced bread. I love you. I can't do it without you, and all that. But you
Right.
never see any of that. You come
Hmm.
home tired. They ain't rubbing your feet, but they got their feet stuck out. Tell them, can you rub mine? But you been working 12 hours all day. They ain't been doing nothing all day.
Oh my God.
They want
Send it
lobster
from
and
the
steak.
cup.
They fixing you ramen noodles and Kool-Aid. That's what I'm talking about. It's never that mutual meeting together. This is what I
Long
want
as
y'all
you
to
ramen
do.
noodles and
Dr. Real,
Kool-Aid
I
with no
felt
sauce
a
and no
knot come
sugar
up
in the
in my
Kool-Aid.
stomach. I don't know
Who
what that
girl?
feeling was.
Look,
I don't know what
Wait
that
till
feeling
I,
was.
narcissist
I
stay
need
I
to
over
want
go
oh
and
baby. I
I
think
want y'all to
that
go to
I have to
I
pray
want y'all to
about
go to
that now.
Psychic Central and go to Psychic Central or Mind Diagnostics, and there's a
let me write
test
this down.
to see if you are a narcissist. Because some people are covert narcissists. They don't
Oh,
even
get
know they're
right,
narcissists.
put in the
right,
comments.
right.
What is it, Dr. Love? What is it?
It's Psychic Central or minddiagnostics.com, and go on there, there's a test on there, and also for spouses as well. You can be married to one and not realize it. And not
Oh
just
Lord, that's
men, women are narcissists too. And it's not just about a person taking selfies or a
That's
person like that to take care of themselves. It's a lot more to it than that. Believe me,
right.
a
Well,
narcissist person
Dr.
in your
Real.
life is dangerous. Yes.
Did you say
Yes, very.
psychiccentral.com?
Yes.
well,
Psychiccentral.com. Put in the
well,
comments.
I
Hmm.
kind of feel like that's not me, but I'm associated with people who are. I didn't know that.
I'm
I
a
was married to one
recovering
for a
narcissist.
quick 28 days. A 28-day marriage to one. It was over.
28
28
What?
days.
days?
Now,
28 days?
You
28
now,
only
days.
now, here's a caveat to that. Don't go out here diagnosing your spouse or your friends now,
I already
because
have.
some of
Too
these
late.
some of these traits you're hearing now, some people just like that.
No,
But
too late.
it's deeper than
Hey
that.
everyone.
It's deeper than that. So
Hey
don't
everyone.
go diagnosing, because I'm not no licensed therapist. So don't go
Hey
diagnosing. But I'm
everyone.
telling you,
but Dr. Real, you
narcissistic
kind of got
personality disorder is a problem.
Dr. Real, you're certified because you got the doctor in front of your name. So if you're
Right.
I'm
listening
just
to
gonna tell
Mind
you the
Share
truth of what I
Rise,
know.
So
if
all I
you're
gotta say,
listening,
when I
go
get off
ahead,
this
Go
Jamal.
ahead.
podcast, I'm texting some people.
I'm
You a
taking the
narcissist.
test.
I'm gonna say, you know,
Yeah.
you're a narcissist, right? Because Dr. Real
Hey
already told
everyone.
me.
Didn't you say just
Hey
don't
They
do
are a
that?
everyone.
danger to themselves and they are a danger to you. I'm telling
Yeah,
you.
Yes.
I
Because
gotta take them
if
off.
you can't fill
Oh,
them up, a lot of people that are narcissists are always thinking they're very suicidal people.
oh
Because
wow.
if they fail, the bottom falls out of their life. If they fail at anything, the bottom
Wow.
falls
Right.
out. They
Right.
don't know how to resurrect from that. They're not phoenixes. They just sink like an anchor. They don't know how to come back from that.
So
Good.
you're
It's
saying
something
these
that you have
people
to
are
pay attention
very
to.
dangerous to your life? Is that what you're
They're
saying?
dangerous to
Like,
Let's take
themselves
the
and
test.
to you. Yes. If they're in your life and they're part of your circle and they're not together, your circle not together, boo boo. It's a problem. Because they're going to keep
You
taking
said
from
Right.
take.
you and
Right.
take and take and
oh
take and take,
wow.
and they never give. The law of it's
Mm,
about reciprocating, and they have no idea how to reciprocate.
Wow.
They don't even understand what
mm,
that word means.
You
It's
know
me,
what?
me, me
mm.
all the time.
Did you share that? Because I need like 6 people to take this test.
See, we gotta stop. Put it in the comments. Let them go ahead and talk about it. We got 3 minutes left. We're running out of time. We got 120 comments. I can't wait to go back to read them. But I definitely want to have everyone to share their platforms. I know you guys have been creating your personal pages. Make sure that you guys, although you're following us, we have we still want to connect with you guys on an individual, just spend some quality time. You got Jay Money always
Right.
sharing good stuff. Everyone's always sharing good stuff, even though if we're not on here. So go around, let them know your pages so that they can go and like your pages so that we can stay connected. If you all don't mind, we got 3 minutes.
Okay, mine is passion. So just go look up a passion, and a lot of people that's on here already have accepted it. I'm very transparent. You can ask me anything on my page. and I was married to a narcissist for 28 days. Look up Jason Sherrod Ford. You'll see him everywhere.
Ooh, Lord, that girl said 28 days.
She didn't say his whole name.
Ford, Texas. Do not run. Look
So
at
here's now, let's go there. Wait a minute, what is that?
that. Run.
That boy had COVID 28.
Jason Sherrod Ford in the comment.
Ooh, Lord.
Well, I'm your girl J Money. That's JAYMONE 2 Y's on Instagram and Facebook. Like Kesha said, I'm always sharing inspirational posts, quotes. I'm always talking about relationship. Y'all, as y'all can see, that's my gut, that's my heart, that's what I do. I live, breathe relationships. So feel free to reach out to me, inbox me. If I can help you through anything, I can. I'm me and Passion for to have a one-on-one session after this podcast. So anybody's welcome to reach out to me.
Next up.
As far as Dr. Real, you can catch me at Dr. Real 728 at Twitter. I am under construction for my page on Facebook. It's gonna be called Realisms by Dr. Real. That page will be up by the end of the week. You also can email me at thetruedrreal@gmail.com. You have any questions, comments, or something you want me to touch on. And of course, my Facebook page is Craig Dr. Real Watson. You can hit me on that as well. Hit me in the messages. I will get with you promptly.
King Leo.
Hey everyone. Hey everyone. My name is King Leo, and I too am a recovering narcissist. Nah.
Hey,
I ain't gonna play with you.
it could be a Leo trait.
Hey, y'all can go follow me. Y'all go follow my page on Facebook. It's called King Leo. You can see it on there. I got a little crown with a little lion on there. It's King Leo. I do my skits and stuff in there. Or you can follow me on Instagram, King_Leo_Untamed. Or you can just follow me on Facebook, Kenneth L. Womack. Just hit me in the inbox and I'll try to talk about whatever, whenever you want me. You know, just hit me. For all my recovering narcissists out there.
And as always, y'all can always interact with us on our actual Power Team page. We all check the page. We will answer your questions. I want to thank you guys so much for rocking with us. If this is your first time, continue to rock with us. Continue to grow with us. Share our page. Make sure that you tell your friends, family about us because we keep it real here. Because always with power.
You are
what you speak.
You are what
yes, sir.
you speak.
It's been a good show. Again, we definitely appreciate all of you guys for rocking with us. So y'all have a great night, and we
good
will
night. Good
see
night.
y'all
Good
next
night. Good
time.
night. Good night.
Peace.
Good night. Good night. Good night. Good night.
Y'all are too funny.
Peace
I
out.
can't. I'm ending the video now. Look, it don't even want to let us go. It is now.